Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. I'm terrified of doing this. I did this on Twitter a couple days ago. Everybody's doing it on their YouTube channel. I'm going to hop on board this train. We're going to rank all of the Call of Duty titles from worst to best. Oh my goodness. Now, let me preface this by saying this is my personal list. Obviously, everybody's thinking about their own personal stuff and how they would rank things, so I am going to have a controversial list. Unfortunately, that's just how I am. I look for different things in Call of Duty. Perhaps that's a good preface. What I look for in a Call of Duty game is very different than what I think a lot of other people look in a Call of Duty game. And that's probably my fault, but I am who I am. Let's get started on this. Now, we have every Call of Duty from Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 4. We have a scale of trash to meh, to good, to great, to my favorites. Notice I say my favorites, not necessarily the best, because I don't think there's such a thing as the best Call of Duty. I just think that you just have your preferences. And my preference for Black Ops 4 is it's trash. There's so much stuff wrong with it that I just like the specialists, the map design, the sound design, the time to kill, how you heal. It just interferes so much with the base core fundamentals. I don't think Black Ops 4 knows what Call of Duty is. It doesn't feel like it knows what Call of Duty wants to even be. Speaking of that, we have World War II, which I don't know if it's my favorite. Maybe I could write my favorites, because World War II is definitely a top 3 Call of Duty for me. When I think of a Call of Duty game and what makes a Call of Duty, I think of World War II. I think of really cool maps. Obviously World War II setting. Some of these maps are very small, very like Modern Warfare 3 sized, where it's simpler, but not necessarily simplistic. It's semantics. We'll get to it around here somewhere. There's complexity in some maps. There's ability to stealth build. You can be aggressive. You can snipe. I love that it's simpler movement. We're boots on the ground and stuff. It really feels like if we were to release this Call of Duty title, but like after World at War, after Modern Warfare 2, I feel like it'd fit right in and people would fall in love with it, just like Black Ops. So there's that. Infinite Warfare. This is difficult because of all of the advanced movement games, this is my favorite. And it's because of the map design towards the later DLCs and Infinity Ward's touch. That's what I'm going to call it. Infinity Ward has a way of just super detailing these games. Treyarch is kind of polished and simple, but Infinity Ward really adds the little tiny stuff. Like in Ghost, they add the little care package within the game. They have your squad, your team, and little challenges every single game. There's a really nice little polish, plus the microtransactions were really decent, but I don't think it's a great game. I don't think it might not be a good game. We might revisit it in the future, but there's that. Same thing with Black Ops 3. I just feel like it's meh. I mean, it could be trash, but a lot of people like it. It has specialists and advanced movement, so personally, I dislike it a lot, but it's probably in between meh and trash. I don't feel compelled to play it. I don't feel right to play it. The maps are simplistic. Their advanced movement is essentially worthless in the game because of the maps. The sound design, you can't hear footsteps, and there's no such thing as flanking or stealth or strategy in it, so I dislike that. Advanced Warfare. This is interesting. An interesting Call of Duty game, to be sure. I don't dislike the core fundamentals of Advanced Warfare. I think having advanced movement could be good in a Call of Duty game. I think having customizable kill streaks was the next step for Call of Duty, and I don't know why nobody's ever done it since Advanced Warfare and, well, Infinite Warfare. They did that too with the variants and stuff. But for me, what Advanced Warfare got wrong was not the big things, but literally every single little thing. The weapon balance, the perk balance, the kill streak balance, the map design. Every little thing they got wrong just piles up. Like nothing was right in Advanced Warfare. The big idea of it works, but the little tiny details of literally everything being unbalanced, and you add in stupid it's trash. It is a great idea, horribly executed. Horribly executed. And here we have, it's this time. is just to be with the people. You know the channel. You know the channel. I love Call of Duty Ghosts. But let me explain to you why I love Call of Duty Ghosts. Well, that might take too long. I love the map design of Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes, the base maps are too big, but the maps after that, and the base maps as well, allowed you to play these maps in any way. If you wanted to get up in people's faces, rush hard, and rush intelligently, you could do that. If you wanted to stealthily flank around the map and be slow and play it cautious, you could do that. If you wanted to snipe, you could do that, and it would play entirely differently. Technically, you can grab a sniper in any of these games, but how different is the experience going to be? How much variety you have? Plus, in Call of Duty Ghosts, you have the care package system, which is amazing. You have the kill streaks on every single class. You have assault, support, and specialist, which are huge. And I love creating a class in Call of Duty Ghosts because you can create a custom class completely tailored to a singular playstyle and put your kill streaks on that created class. It's such an amazing thing. And so many things were counterable. The only bad stuff in my mind is the guard dog, ballistic vest, support squad mate, and the oracle. And maybe the ground jammer, but those were the main kind of unbalanced things. But luckily, a lot of those things could have been patched, and a lot of things were patched in Call of Duty Ghosts. But the map design, the weapons, the time to kill, love it. Time to kill might be a little fast. I went back to it after playing a little bit. It might be a little fast, but I love that sort of stealth strategic gameplay. That's why these two are my top two here for now. And yes, the double hit, one right after another. How do you love Call of Duty Ghosts, and yet you find Black Ops 2 to just be trash? And no, that's not a joke. That's actually where I'm putting Black Ops 2. And let me tell you this. Black Ops 2 is kind of the opposite of Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare, I kind of agreed with the broad strokes of the game, but it didn't execute well. Black Ops 2 executes well in the sense that the kill streaks are fairly balanced, the weapons can be balanced, the perks can be fairly balanced, except for like dexterity. What Black Ops 2 got wrong was the fundamentals. It was the broad strokes. It was the map design. It was the sound design. And most importantly, the netcode and hit detection. I haven't heard this in the past couple years of Call of Duty, but the netcode and hit detection of Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 was absolute garbage. No matter who you are, we can all agree that at least the hit detection in Black Ops 2 is definitely trash. Now, you might put it up here with that exception. Personally, me, if I can't flank, if I can't rush and hear footsteps, if I can't flank around the map and be strategic, and if I get into fair gunfights and I lose or I lose even though all my shots are on target, it's just not registering, that is no purpose there's no more purpose to play that game anymore, because I can't win the gunfight before it happens because of the structure of the game. And when I get into a fair gunfight, then the game automatically decides I'm either going to win or lose before the gunfight even starts based on my netcode. And I want to preface this. I want to say I got diamond everything in Black Ops 2. I was stupid and I got diamond weapons on everything, max prestige, all that sort of stuff. And I will say, in terms of the netcode and hit detection, more times than ever, than any other Call of Duty game, have I gotten kills that I didn't know how I got in Black Ops 2. Like, we all know when we're shooting on target and then we die, we're like, how did we die? We had all those shots on target. In Black Ops 2, the opposite happens to me. I will have poor aim, I'll be to the side of them, and then somehow they'll die. And I'm like, how does that happen? How does that make sense? Black Ops 2, it's down here. Like it or not, I'm putting it down there. And I want to make myself clear with Modern Warfare 3. It deserves to be trash. It deserves to be meh. It deserves to be down here. This has the same netcode and hit detection problem as Black Ops 2. It is so unbalanced with the stealth bombers and the EMPs and the dead man's hand, and it's just so horribly balanced, so bad. That being said, it has great footsteps and great maps, and I can flank, I can use specialist, and I got 24 chem strike or Moabs in it. And yes, that's nostalgia talking. It deserves to be here. It deserves to be anywhere else. But me personally, this is my favorite. If this were a more logical list, it would probably be good or meh, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But the times, like this is the time I was playing Call of Duty a lot with my friends, and we would get together and, all that stuff, sort of stuff, good memories and stuff like that. But that's why it's my favorite. And it has that Infinity War touch / Sledgehammer, I guess, where they did add in those little details. This is the first one with the point streak system and the points and the specialist and support and assault, and you could put kill streaks on your class, and it had a lot of good little details. But like I said, deserves to be down here. Probably trash or lower, but for me personally, it has good memories. That's going to be my free pass of the day. All right, Black Ops 1, similar hit detection issues, but for the most part, kind of a great experience. Map design, pretty well done. That's kind of where I learned how to play Call of Duty, was in Black Ops. Weapon balance was pretty fun, honestly. There was a lot of, we were getting the developers were trying to learn how to balance a little bit better, but it had some really great stuff about it. Great maps, great fun weapons, and just some interesting stuff on how to unlock it. Good balanced creative class, except for the blob shot, of course. But yeah, great game. Now, Modern Warfare 2. Now, again, like Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, I know it's going to be controversial, but probably if we're all thinking logically and logistically about the game itself, it probably deserves to be trash. Like the state of the balance of that game during its life cycle and for a long time after, even to this day, with one-man army, with noob tubes, with danger close, stopping power, juggernaut, and akimbo weapons, shotgun secondaries, and the kill streaks, how you could get nukes so easily, and it's just, there's so much stuff that is unbalanced. You have to remember, this is when Call of Duty was starting to get into what we know and love about Call of Duty, what makes a Call of Duty great. But this had a lot of bad stuff about it. We don't want another game like Modern Warfare 2. We want a game like Modern Warfare 2, but we don't want Modern Warfare 2 all over again. But because Modern Warfare 2 also had some fantastic weapons, a fantastic map design, I think that's probably one of the best map designs that we've had, excluding Ghosts and maybe COD 4. Modern Warfare 2 had some amazing maps, some great maps. But for that reason, we're going to keep it in good. It probably, for a lot of other people, could be great. I don't have much experience with it, but good to great. That's probably where I'm going to put it. Good to great. Great because of the nostalgia and what it meant for the series, but logistically, probably just good because the bad balances out the great. World at War. I never played World at War. I played on the Wii for a little bit, but I never played this, so I cannot properly rank this. But from what I've heard, Juggernaut, Stopping Power, MP40 is in there, but there's not a whole lot of great stuff. Maybe the maps were great, maybe the kill streaks were okay, the dogs were cool and everything. Maybe you hated Juggernaut, the MP40, it belongs down here, but I think the majority of us think that this is either a great or a good or a meh Call of Duty, so I'm going to keep it in the good pile. And that brings us to Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4, in terms of multiplayer, I don't know. The map design, again, I like it a lot. Some of them can be unbalanced because, like if you take Wet Work, just ripped from the campaign, kind of plays in an awkward way. You have the M16, Stopping Power, Juggernaut, I guess. Some interesting stuff. A lot of people say that's the best, my favorite Call of Duty. That's where I started. Probably like my Modern Warfare 3, where it deserves to be down here, but it's up there because of nostalgia. I don't have that nostalgia. I kind of look at it from, I don't want to say from an objective point of view, but kind of a more distance point of view. So I'm actually going to put this in the good pile. Maybe great. These guys could really mix up a lot here depending on your ranking system. But personally for me, I think this is what I'm going to go with. Maybe this guy up here, maybe that guy up here, you know. I'd be more comfortable with this. I think that could be my most comfortable list here, but these are kind of like, you go through moods and periods and, oh, I really like that thing about these games, and oh man, I remember what I don't like about those games. So this is kind of where my list is right here. These four right here all kind of rotate around and everything. So in terms of multiplayer, that's what I got going on right here. I think this is an interesting list. And Infinite Warfare could slide back up there, you know, I don't know. This is all kind of limbo, kind of free flowing. Obviously, we all change our opinions. We like different things about different stuff, but this has been pretty solid, my list of multiplayer games, at least from the stuff that I've played a lot with. As you can probably notice, these guys I don't have a lot of experience with, so I don't have as many harsh criticisms and thoughts on them. But that is my tier list for the Call of Duty multiplayer games. Let me know what you guys think of this list. I think I'll leave it there because, you know, those were actually great games. I think that's where I'm going to put it. So let me know your guys' thoughts about this list and let me know your guys' list. Send the link to me on Twitter. The link to my Twitter is in the description. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.